Well. I am here and thankfully, so are you. What's up here, gang? We are going to be talking about basic rune guide today. Some of you are obviously way more advanced and, this video is definitely not for you, but I hope you leave a like and a comment down below to help it reach maybe potential new players or returning players who are haven't played in a while. All right. So when it comes to rune, we're going to start off as basic as we can. This is a basic rune guide 101. Blue runes are always going to have 2 substats on them, and every time you roll to +3, one of them will get powered up. +6, another one will get powered up, or potentially the same stat will get powered up. If we roll to +9, a brand new substat will appear at complete random. You have no control over it. You have no idea what it's going to be. It's absolutely terrifying. And typically, it's never the one that you actually want. Now, purple runes, let's find one that's not powered up. Purple runes will always have 3 substats attached to them. You can't get around it. And so if we power up to +9, it'll roll 3 different times. Blue runes, will roll twice until they get a new substat. Purple runes, you can roll 3 times. And then on the, on the +12, on the 4th time, it will gain a completely new substat. You have no power up, no control, complete RNG. Good luck to you, my friends. It's usually not the one that you want. So, and then of course, when it comes to legendary runes, it'll have 4 substats. Now, legendary runes are obviously the goal, because you can potentially, like on this one, in Summoner's War, you hear the phrase, speed is king, right? The faster your units move, the more turns you get, the better chance you have to win. Speed is king. And on a legendary rune, you have a chance to roll speed potentially 4 times. It's very rare. It's very cool when it happens. But on a legendary rune, you can roll it 4 times. So they roll double in HP. We powered it up to +6. +9 is another roll on the rune. One of these stats will randomly get powered up. And, okay. My goodness gracious. We've had 3 HP rolls. All right. +12, we get another roll on one of these 4 substats. Is it going to be a quadruple HP %? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, what a perfect example. I could not have planned this out any better if I tried. So there we go. We rolled the room 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns. And all 4 of them went into HP percentage, which is absolutely nuts. Getting a quad roll on anything, as one would imagine, doesn't happen very often because it usually gets spread out from all of the other substats. So to quickly recap, a blue rune will have 2 substats, and you can power it up to +6. You can do 1 roll, 2 rolls on these substats before it will gain another substat. I need to sell that rune because that rune's terrible. I don't know why I kept that. A purple rune will always have 3 substats on it. So you can roll it 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. And then on the 4th one, it'll gain a completely new substat. Legendary runes, they always have the same 4 substats. You're not going to be gaining any new random subs down here. So you can power it all the way up to +12. 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, 4 roll. And then on +15, only this top big boy changes. Nothing on the bottom. 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, 4 roll. Good luck to you. That was a quad. That was a quad HP roll. +35. Holy cow, that was funny. That's a perfect example. Another thing that you are going to want to familiarize yourself with is what's called rune efficiency. And what that means is when you get a rune from Giants, Dragons, Necro, Spiritual Realm, whatever you're doing, It will always have substats on it, obviously, but the substats are random. You don't get to pick, which kind of blows. And so if you hold down on the actual rune, you will see this little box pop up, and this kind of tells you how efficient the rune already is. So if we look on here, the accuracy, it started out as a +5. It could be anywhere from a +4 to plus 8%. 8% obviously being the max. So this rune is already, let's say, 3 efficiency points from its maximum potential. On crit damage, you know, the lowest is a 4, the highest is 7%. So on crit damage, that's the maximum efficiency that it could start out with, which is pretty cool. You know, so this rune is already 3 efficiency points behind, let's say, because it could be 8 accuracy and instead it's 5. So if we power it up, it'll have a chance to roll anywhere between 4 to 8 accuracy. So if it rolls 8% accuracy, the maximum roll, we're looking at 13% accuracy. If it rolls max crit damage, a 7%, well then on the +3 roll, we're looking at 14% crit damage. And so even when you know, the rune starts out at a certain level of efficiency, and then when you roll the rune, that's another time in which, so okay, perfect. If we look at here, the maximum roll for accuracy was a +8, 8%, that's right. Which would have put us at 13% accuracy, but it rolled a 7, which is still high, which is still in the upper tiers of efficiency, to now it's at a +12. So if this rune was absolutely perfect, if it had 8% accuracy at the start, you know, and another 8% accuracy here, we'd be looking at +16 accuracy. Instead, we're not, so this rune is still 4 efficiency points behind. Does that make sense? It started at 5. It only rolled a 7 instead of an 8. So that's 4 points that we're missing from the rune. Now, if we roll it again to +6, again, we're introducing, okay, so that rolled a 6 accuracy out of 8. Could have been another roll of 8. And so that's 2 more efficiency points that we don't have on the rune. I mean, 18% accuracy is fine. It's usable depending on where you are at in the game. But this is stuff that you're going to want to keep track of when you're powering up runes or when you get a rune in general. Like this is a great example. The maximum roll of speed is a 6. This is a 5, so it's right there in the middle. Speed is very, very, very important in Summoner's War, and you're gonna get to the point where you only accept runes that start out with +6 speed. If this was a +4 speed, I would have already sold it. And so crit damage is obviously on the very, very low end of efficiency. It's the lowest roll it could possibly get, the 4% instead of 7%. So already this rune is missing 4 efficiency points right off the bat. And the more you play this game, the more you farm, the more these efficiency points are really going to start matter, because you're going to want to start selling off inefficient runes. So if we power this up, we'll look at the efficiency points again. Okay. All right. It rolled a 4 in speed, which is the lowest roll it could have done. It could have rolled either a 4, a 5, or a 6, which is the maximum. So it rolled a 4, which is 2 efficiency points off of the maximum potential. Just going from a 6, instead it rolled a 4. So, and then if we power it up again, let's see what it does. Okay, crit damage, it rolled a 4. And if you remember, the maximum roll of crit damage is a 7. And instead, this rolled a 4. So we had a 4 speed roll, which is the lowest efficiency possible. And we had a 4 crit damage roll, which is the lowest efficiency possible. And so this rune now officially is just bad. it's too bad for me to use on my account. Now it's up to you to kind of know where you are on your account. Maybe 9 speed, maybe you've just started farming and 9 speed is an upgrade. It happened. I understand. But the more you play, the more you're going to want to pay attention to the efficiency score of the rune. We'll do one more example. This is oh my gosh, I could not have asked for a better rune. This is a maximum efficiency rune. This is a tremendous rune. I'm actually very excited to roll this one. Accuracy is an 8. Attack is an 8. Speed is a 6. This is perfect. 100% efficiency starting right off the bat. Now, it probably won't roll that way, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how efficient this rune actually is. Okay. All right, so starting off the bat, we're already 3 efficiency points down because it rolled a 5 instead of an 8 in accuracy. So that's minus 3 efficiency points. That's how I like to think of it. And again, on a purple rune, we can do 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 rolls on these substats. So we power it up again. That was a maximum roll in accuracy, a plus 8. That's fine. So this rune is still 3 efficiency points behind because the first roll in accuracy was a 5 instead of an 8. Exactly right. We do this one more time we can roll it one more time on these substats and let's see what we get. That was a maximum attack percentage roll. It was a plus 8. And if we go here, if you hold down on the rune, the maximum roll for attack is an 8. The lowest would be 5%. It did not roll speed, which is always a bummer because you're looking, you want high, fast speed runes. But this is a very efficient rune. It's only 3 efficiency points behind. It had a 5 in accuracy, and then an 8% roll in accuracy, and then an 8% roll, which is the maximum in attack. So that's a very good rune. I can definitely use that on somebody. Not sure who. I will keep that rune. That was great. No speed rolls, but what can you do? So I hope that this brief little introductory guide to runes helped you at least understand, okay, yeah, this was a bad rune. It did not roll its maximum rolls. It didn't start out efficient anyway. If it's a 4 out of 6 speed on the rune to even begin with, that's not super efficient. So these are things you're going to want to learn and to familiarize yourself with, so you know what runes to keep, what runes rolled really well and are very high in efficiency, and what runes completely and totally blow because they started out inefficient and they also rolled inefficient rolls, the minimum rolls possible. So like the video if you liked it. If you learned something, subscribe down below because I'm going to put out a lot more guides along the way and really dive into runes, grindstones, gemstones, re-app stones. Lots more topics to cover, so subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And as always, you take care of yourself here, gang, all right? This is Uncle Nay, signing off.